And just like that, we are back. Welcome to Green Room Radio. My name is True.
I am Anthony.
I was supposed to say that.
Oh.
My bad or your bad?
That was my bad. Because you kind of looked at me a little bit,
okay.
True.
All right. We're here with Anthony. We got little Rach in the building.
What's up?
And we have a very special guest. Who is that guest?
Yes.
Little Rach.
Solene Velvet.
Hello,
welcome.
my darlings.
Welcome.
Cyber Jazz.
Oh, yes.
Love it. She's so unique.
Yeah,
from your style to your music, like seriously.
I'm in my own lane.
I love that.
From when we met you, so we met her and one of her friends at what was it Reverie Reverie show at the Brooklyn Bowl, and I was like, man, these people don't look like you guys. Look like you came out of like a Tokidoki movie.
Yes.
Basically, I guess that's how I'll describe it. But I was like, these guys don't look like they live in Vegas. Like, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Where did you come up with this whole persona at?
Oh my gosh, it's a mix of so many things. I mean, growing up, I read a lot of manga, watched a lot of anime, played a lot of video games. I was sort of in my own world, and I sort of would create these outfits, these designs, and I wanted to be my own character in this other world. And it sort of evolved to where I started becoming that character and dressing like it. And then, I mean, that was separate to the music. I found a way to merge them. But I mean, if you're just talking about stylistically, definitely from anime, video games.
So do people, when you said you were you from Beverly Hills, or you moved here from Beverly Hills?
I was born in LA. I was definitely not born in Beverly Hills. I was born in South Pass and moved a lot, but originally from there. Lived in the high desert, unfortunately. We don't talk about that though.
What is high desert? Is high desert a prison?
A prison?
I think it's a prison. I think it's a prison in Vegas. It's called High Desert.
Oh my gosh,
Vegas?
that's so funny. You know what? I've lived so many lives, but there was definitely a point when I lived with my mother in Victorville, and we could literally see from our place the state prison.
Oh my god!
So it is.
Wow.
That was my backyard.
Yeah.
Is that considered the IE?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, watch it not be, and then everybody get mad at me. I try to block it out.
Girls from the IE are rough.
The IE.
I've lived a lot of lives.
They are a little rough.
Huh?
They are a little rough.
Yeah, no, I dated an
gotta
IE.
be.
I had to learn these little towns, but Victorville's definitely in the mix.
You know, I mean, the good thing about it is you kind of learn how to take care of yourself in those situations.
Yeah.
You can take that anywhere. You could even be in a really nice, luxurious area, and that's especially where you have to be careful as well.
This is very true.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I say that about Vegas. They act like here in Vegas, you know, like the whole mob days and organized crime days are over. It absolutely is not.
It's still ran by them, right?
I don't know if it, I mean, I would say they're maybe. I don't know if it's necessarily ran by them, but does organized crime go on out here? Yes. At a high level. I mean, I had a friend, I was actually shocked. They give him they call it the Jay-Z Beyonce suite. It's the whole 75th floor of the Cosmo. And what's crazy is when the elevator door opens, you have to have a special key. It opens in the room. And he had a friend coming up, and the friend was wearing like a $300,000 Rolex. And two black guys got in the elevator with him, and they were robbing him, literally. But the door opened, and there was like 20 of us in the room.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, those guys, those guys.
Damn.
But the thing that just shocked me was, I'm like, you know, the Cosmo is a nice place. And I'm like, damn, people are doing it like that. They'll just get in the elevator with you. And
that's because they know. That's where you find people that have $300,000 watches.
Yeah.
That part.
Well, I always said, you know, there's definitely people, I think, you know, that watch these high limit rooms and they scout. I used to hear waitresses, you know. Back in the day, waitresses would walk out with $3-4 grand a night, and so they'd always get walked to the garages because people would just wait for them out in the garages. They were super easy.
Wow, going after the waitresses, come on, man, those girls work hard too.
Yeah, right.
That's sad.
Yeah, they do really well out here. So how long have you been this character? When did you start doing this?
This cyber jazz character?
Femme fatale.
I don't know if she's necessarily a character. I think she's just an extension of myself, an aspect of my personality. I definitely have a few.
Right.
Maybe it's an identity crisis. I don't know. It's fun, though. I think it's more so she started emerging around the time that I really started taking my power back as a woman. I know that kind of sounds cliche. it's definitely cliche.
I can understand that. No. Totally.
Yeah, no, I got tired of getting taken advantage of, screwed over, being in disadvantaged positions. I mean, I'm a woman in the music industry. That itself is challenging.
Right. How does a woman win a power back? Like, how do you go about winning your power back? Like, do you do anything spiritual? Like, like, how do you?
I think a big part of it is just learning how to say no to people. Like, people will try to take advantage of your time, try to take advantage of your body, and just saying no is a really big thing. And honestly, I find it very, very pleasurable to tell men no.
Yes.
It feels really good to take a man down a peg. No.
Yeah.
Right.
There's lots of great men in the world, but there's lots of not great men. And they're used to getting their way, especially in this industry. And when they don't, it's a beautiful thing.
I worked with 2 girls during my whole career, and it was super weird for me because I said I would never work with a girl. But both of them, with you saying that, I think we brought it up we had a comedian girl here last week, but every girl was like, oh my God. She's like, you're the first producer I've worked with that like didn't try to hook up with me and didn't make. So I actually asked the comedy girl, I'm like, is that how it is in comedy? Being a female amongst all comic males, is it the same thing? Like, are these males trying to say you got to do A, B, and C to get this spot? Did we ever get the answer to that? What was?
Yeah, I think
he's a comedian.
She said it was like kind of, sort of, but like.
Yeah,
it's not as much.
It's always going to be tough for girls, especially in music. I've seen it all, but there are good people out there. I know several good producers, but that is the downside of the music business. Oh, yeah. Actually, I think it's the downside to everything. Probably happens in movie business,
everything.
Actually, in everything, everyday life, business,
literally.
Yeah.
So, where does that cyber element come from?
I'd say the cyber element is definitely like I'm very inspired by like cyberpunk and futurism. And when I make my music, it's not like it's just traditional jazz. I grew up making jazz, but I feel like it's sort of inspired by what I picture a jazz singer would be singing in the future on a space station. Like you're on another planet, you're traveling, you're at a bar on Saturn. Right. What are people listening to? There's neon lights. People are smoking.
Fun.
So maybe it's a little dystopian. Think like Cowboy Bebop.
Right.
Think Toonami.
You making music for the aliens. I fuck with that.
Right? Yeah. #1 single on Venus,
It's on fire.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I mean, I see jazz singers, even out here, and I mean, you definitely, you would stand out like you'd be the standout of them. Yeah. Do you ever take any flack for that?
Yeah. I mean, I have people that try to say what I make isn't jazz, but that's the thing about jazz. Jazz is improvisational. Jazz is free. That's what it's all about. And I trained as a jazz singer. I performed traditional jazz with like 40-piece bands when I was 20. Like I've done it. That's where my inspiration's from.
Are you below or above 30?
Oh my gosh, is that what we're asking now?
True be coming for the ages.
True does that.
True be wanting to know the year you was born.
What's wrong with 30? Why is 30 the threshold?
Nothing. I'm over 40.
That's how it is in Vegas.
No, I just like
oh my gosh.
I was gonna say the jazz. I know you said the women that you see in jazz, are they typically older though? Like that you said that you see when you're out.
Yes.
Okay. So
I feel like what we were talking, like what we were discussing about Mac Miller. He had that old soul. Yeah. So I'm like, to have that at the age he was, and I mean, I really don't even know how old he was. I think he was 23, 24. But to have that sound at his age, that's what I said. Fast forward it 20 years, what is he going to sound like? Yeah. It would be unbelievable.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm actually 29.
29.
I look good for my age.
Very good.
Wow.
But
that's why I always say up, below, or whatever.
No, but
there is no age for jazz, though. There really isn't.
Yeah. Well, I started singing jazz when I was 16. I actually just posted about this today. I always wanted to sing. I liked singing, but I couldn't do it, and I couldn't figure out why. I'd play games that had like really like Kingdom Hearts. I don't know if you've played that.
Yeah,
Did you play for money?
Kingdom Hearts?
No, I mean, did you ever play video games? Like I've never gotten into it.
I streamed for a bit. It wasn't for me. Very time consuming.
Okay.
Very time consuming. But no, I tried to sing like stuff like that as a kid, and I couldn't. And then I found this game called Fallout New Vegas, and it's an entire jazz soundtrack set in post-apocalyptic Las Vegas.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was just like blown away, and I started singing these songs, just playing, and I could sing like Frank Sinatra, I could sing like Nat King Cole, Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, because they have very low registers. So alto, I've never had any real formal singing training, so
that voice is amazing.
I loved it. Jazz just really evokes something in my soul. I don't know if it's because I've had a hard life and it resonates with people that experience deep sadness, but that's where that came from. And then from that age, I began singing it more and did a little bit in college, did some shows when I was maybe in my early 20s.
What college did you go to?
Oh my gosh, I went to a community college.
Same.
Yeah, community college graduates. Let's go.
I didn't graduate.
Mount San Jacinto, MSJC Community College, and that's where I started working with jazz bands. My conductor, Mike Rocher, was actually amazing. He took me under his wing, mentored me, and he was a trumpeter, and that's why I have a lot of trumpet in my music.
Yeah, I heard the funniest joke. Somebody said a joke the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a comedian at a stand-up show I was at, and he said, you know, when you go to a thing where there's a band, though, you know, you're basically dealing with the most highly trained people at that instrument, and they're like, do you really think that these people couldn't play if that fucking guy wasn't doing that? Dude, I was laughing about that for like weeks, because I'm like, is that guy really controlling something? Because he's working with the most elite players of whatever instrument, so that
it's an important role.
But then what must he know to be in control of these elite musicians? There's got to be something there.
Well, that's why I said I feel like there has to be some, like, whether it's a beat or, you know, when he's going up, it has to be something. But
it is. It's like the crescendo and how, like, if you end it. I was in band in middle school.
Okay.
I played percussion.
Band kid.
Oh,
we love a beautiful band girl.
You were in band, weren't you? You played the recorder?
Or my glasses. And we all play the recorder.
How come when they made kids start out with recorders? What the fuck was that about?
It's the easiest, like, instrument.
Yeah, I've been waiting for somebody to come out and, like, in a concert and just kill it on that.
That'd be
shit.
sick.
That would be so fire, though. Actually,
put the recorder in the cyber jazz.
Yeah, you know what? People used to talk mad smack about the clarinet, right? Like they'd always make fun of it on like clarinet. SpongeBob. But you know what? In jazz, the clarinet is so sexy. In jazz, it doesn't sound like a sexy instrument, but when you hear it in the right setting, it is so sexy.
Now, do you play instrument? Dang, instruments as well?
Yeah, that.
It happens.
I can't even say instruments. Y'all think I can play them?
No, I actually don't. I guess I have like a musician's ear, I suppose. But I do scat, and that is an instrument in itself.
What is that?
Yeah, what is
I've heard
scat?
that term before.
Scatting is basically you're imitating an instrument with your voice.
Oh.
Specifically,
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah,
actually.
they say
That's
what
unique.
I've heard is Louis Armstrong. Oh my gosh, watch it not be Louis Armstrong. Watch it be like Miles Davis, and everybody get really mad at me again. Oh my gosh,
David, look that up for us.
Look it up, please God. No, but he showed up to perform, and he didn't have a sheet music with him, and so he improvised his instrument with his voice, and that was the beginning of scatting, because you know, everybody was like, wow, this cat is dope, this is amazing, I've never heard this before, and that is it. So it is supposed to sound like a trumpet. You can imitate these sounds with your voice.
So you scat in your songs?
I do.
What?
I scat in a lot of my songs, and they're all improvisation.
Nice.
I bet you'd be so amazing to hear live, like actually.
Yeah.
Have you? How long have you been here in Vegas for?
I think only a month and a half.
Have you played anywhere out here? Or?
No, I'm actually trying to set up a show right now, but I need to find live musicians. This is like my
I told you when I met you, I have a spot. It's at Aria. It's a speakeasy.
Ooh.
Super high end. They do, the people who do sing, I wouldn't say they're all jazz singers, but they do play with a full band. I've seen people with crazy looking instruments, but I don't know what it's called, but it is I guess when you go on the second floor there at Aria, it poses as a donut shop.
Oh.
And then when you walk through the door...
Oh, that spot.
Really?
I've been there before.
I can't remember.
So cool.
Wow.
I should know it because
super cool.
the mother of my son
forget
actually
the name.
works there, but... The people,
that's why you forgot the name.
Yeah, that's why I forgot. No, I
blocking it out.
Well, I went there and it was super high end. You know, like the drinks were like 50 and up. They were all the waitresses were wearing flight attendant.
Wow, I love that.
That's fancy.
And the crowd was all the elite.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I was like, I was so happy
because they have a minimum before you go in there, so you have to spend that. So it's like guaranteed, and people are having a good time and stuff.
Swanky.
Yeah, you gotta be on Epstein list to get in there. Huh? You gotta be on Epstein list to get on there.
Oh my god!
Wait, David, did you get that?
Yeah, I can't find no videos, but I do have a definition of it.
It is Louis Armstrong. Oh my gosh!
Right. She knows her stuff. Okay.
Louis is a beast.
Jazz cats are so hardcore.
Hey, shout out to fucking Fitbit. Man, I used to compete with all my friends with those shit.
Fitbit?
I kind of want to get one for me and you.
Did you just randomly see that on that?
I'm like, what?
No, it was off to the side, but
Louis Armstrong.
David, you know why the? Can you ask your boy Isaac why that green room is that supposed to be like that? Or
it looks kind of cool. It's the cyber.
It's the cyber green room.
Yes.
So now is cyber jazz? Is that a genre you created, or was that?
That was literally my next question.
Okay,
yes.
we're on the same page.
Perfect.
You know, okay. So funny story, right?
You were at Hooters. No, just
Hooters be having the wings and the curly fries though. Don't get me started.
I love wings. I love beautiful women. You know, I think Hooters is dope. But actually, my 15-year-old sister wanted me to take her there when she visited a few weeks ago.
For real?
Yeah, she's like, she's from Britain. She's like, I need to go to Hooters.
Hooters?
You said she's from Britain?
Yes.
She said she has a English
she has a
accent?
strong Birmingham, we call it a Brummie accent. Yes, that's
wow.
Oh, because they ain't got Hooters over there, do they?
No.
Is she gonna become a character in your role?
I hope so. Maybe when she's older. I'm trying to keep her out of the public eye right now because people are weird.
Do you get a
wait? Let's go back to that question.
Oh yes. Sorry, cyber jazz. So
did you coin that term?
Yes, I did.
What?
I did.
I love
so she's like the first.
Yes. Well, so I was hanging out with Lil Xan, and we were
Lil Xan.
Yep, yeah, we were making a song. It never released. I don't know. That happens. But we were making he heard my sound, and he was like, "Wow, what you're doing is completely unique." He's also a big Mac Miller fan. He heard the inspiration, and he was like, I feel like what you're doing is very original. You should come up with a name for it. Like, you need to name your genre. So I've been thinking of names, and as well, like, I've had a lot of experiences with people telling me, like, you make jazz is a dead genre, you need to make pop, or you dress this way, you should make hyper pop, or you should make EDM, be a DJ. Like, nobody wants to hear scatting, nobody cares about jazz, your sound is old. And
that's like real music right there.
Yes, I mean, to me it is, but it was challenging because I had a lot of doors closed in my face because of that. And but I had some people tell me, like, what you're doing is special because you're creating your own genre. Yeah. Some people try to ride the wave, some people create the wave, and those are the people that are remembered forever. Yeah. And so I was like, you know what, I would rather do that because it really kills my soul not making what I want to. I will be broke forever if it means I get to make the kind of music I want to do because I'll be rich in soul, and that's what's important.
Oh wow!
What did you think of Lil Xan as an artist?
I
don't know much about him. I did see him in Vegas a few times.
Lil Xan, right?
Yeah.
What?
No,
what?
It's not, no, he
did not die.
Let me take the RIP back.
Yeah.
No, don't scratch that. Oh my gosh.
Maybe his career. I'm not sure.
Oh no! I have to be so careful what I say because I know Diego.
No, I've seen him out here a couple times. He was playing on a little cannabis tour out here, but I didn't see him. But I know one of my friends. He's a very high level manager. He managed him from the start.
I've heard about him.
And then the odd thing is he said that guy got him on drugs, and the only thing
that's the one. Okay.
Well, that's the only thing I can say about that. 100% not true. Why? Because coming from Detroit, I would put myself in the top 3, and that guy definitely is. He doesn't party at all. So, I mean, again, it could be true, like if he felt he had to do that to whatever, but it's just not likely. It'd be more likely if you said me, because I was doing drugs. Yeah. But to say a guy who doesn't drink or do drugs,
but it was another little rapper though that rapped and he passed away. That was
little. Well, there's been little. I mean, there's been a lot.
They're all in the same circle.
Same circle. Little Peep. But I just haven't. I haven't heard. I mean, I haven't. I don't know if he stopped for a while. Like, I haven't heard anything new. Is he still working on music?
He was trying to do a rebranding, trying to get clean, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, so I have this thing where I tend to run into artists, people, celebrities, and I don't know who they are. And I think that's why I make friends with them, because I'm not like starstruck. I'm like, oh, hello, fellow.
You're not like taken back.
Yeah, and we're in the same circle. So for me, it's just another cool person. So when I met him, he was trying to rebrand away from the SoundCloud stuff he was doing before. And so he had told me like he has a lot of inspiration from Mac Miller as well. We were kind of bonding over like our boom bap love and our love of Mac, and so, you know, I'll give him props. He was definitely trying to experiment with his sound. We were trying to put live instruments in the track. I feel like you don't see too many rappers that are interested in doing that right now. Like, you know, Tyler, the Creator, like he went on and evolved to put a lot of instruments in his stuff, and I don't see that very much. So I'll give him his flowers there.
So you're open to working with other artists, like rap artists, and
I do,
such as that. Okay, nice.
I do. I've already worked with a lot of.
It's
rappers.
Probably better that you didn't know him. You remember the Solene? We had a DJ, or not? What am I talking about? A DJ, a comedian on last week, and she has her own show, and she had a guy on her show named Bob Menery. He was one of the guys that was on Full Send podcast. Huge following, massive dude. She didn't know him. And she like fucking blew his ass out the water, like fried him as a comedian. Wow! And he blocked her on everything.
No.
But I told her, I was like, nobody told you who that was. I'm like, because I was like, how did you get that interview? Because he'd be a super hard guy to get. And she's like, he just came through his studio. She's like, but nobody even told me who he was. And he had just gotten out of rehab, and she did some quick studies on him. And she's like, why'd you let your girlfriend cheat on you 5 times? You're a bitch. You're this. And you just see him just melt right in the chair. And I was just, but she didn't know. And I was like, you know what? Sometimes it's better you don't. He, for him, that probably shocked the shit out of him that for one, she didn't even know who he was.
And then now it's all over the internet.
It's all over.
I mean, that he probably knew though. That's the thing too. Is like how you're like little stuff like that can change the entire course of your career, because people will literally believe anything that's on the internet. So if there's comments, everybody says this guy sucks, people are like, they'll click on the video and be like, this guy's so funny. They'll see the comments that say that he sucks, and they'll change their whole mind.
Oh yeah,
it is like that.
He does suck, right?
I don't know him.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'm just saying that's how they be thinking. Like, maybe he does suck.
I was like, he's actually pretty.
No, he's great. I think he's dope.
Yeah. How long you been on social media for?
I've been doing this for maybe almost 4 years now.
Okay.
I mean, I was posting before then, but I went viral around 3.5 years ago. I was in a video with Top Notch Idiots. And
shout out to those guys.
It went dumb viral. It was is she a gold digger? I was not a gold digger. I have dated too many charity cases to be a gold digger.
There you go.
But
how long have those guys have been in the game? A long time. I feel like I've been seeing their videos. How long would you just estimate that they've been around?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. A while.
5 years plus.
Yeah.
At least 5 years.
I don't know.
You don't know. Yeah.
So what was it? They try to pull that gold digger thing on you.
They do prank videos of all kinds. Not just that one.
What was the gold digger video? How did they try to lure you though? Would they hit you with a Lamborghini or something?
Yeah. So he had a Lamborghini, and it was he was just standing out there. I'm leaving the mall. He's like, oh hey, what's up, pretty lady? And he's in a suit. And he looks very nice, and I like men in suits. So I was like, oh hello, and we spoke. And then he's like, oh, let's take you for a drink. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, why not? I'm not doing anything. And then his manager, accountant, I don't know, comes up and is like, all your money is gone.
Oh, no.
And then I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, I don't really know what's going on. And then a tow truck comes and starts towing his Lamborghini, and I was like, oh my goodness, there's a lot going on right now. And he's like, I've lost everything, oh my gosh. I'm like, this is very sad. This is a very strange thing happening right now. This another poor man. And then he's like, oh, you probably don't want to talk to me now. And I was like, well, no, you just lost everything. Why would I not want to talk to you? Of course, now I really want to like buy you food or take you for a drink. Imagine being like, oh, you just lost everything. No Goodbye. That's crazy.
That would have been very LA of you had you done that.
Yeah, people are like that, but I don't know. I mean, I don't come from money or well-off family. I've had money, I've lost the money. I've had money, I've lost the money, and
that's life.
that's just life. And so I don't know, I resonate with that.
Right.
I just treat people the way I'd want to be treated.
So you ended up continuing on with this guy even though he got all his stuff?
Well, yeah, and then they told me it was a prank.
Oh my god!
And I was like,
great way to walk into that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. I was pretty new to LA at the time too, so I was like, is this normal? Does this happen?
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
And then people saw it and they were like, oh my god, it was so weird. I went from no followers to just blowing up.
Oh wow, you got like recognized
like overnight.
Well, you had the pink hair too, right? Do you think
had
that
silver hair, long
silver
hair at the time?
Yeah, no, these guys are big time. She's done something similar.
Yeah, with some guys out here. Yeah.
What happened?
With what was that company called? Fucking fake pranks TV or whatever.
I would just say the people that she was with are top of the line compared to like what those guys were, but those guys have been, those guys that are around you, they've been doing it a long time, and they have it down on every level. That's just one of the pranks they do. They do a bunch of them, but But your one was good, but it was, to me, I would say it would be a knockoff.
Nah, yours wasn't shit.
Yeah,
they didn't watch
it. Did yours go viral?
Yeah, it went viral.
She had something. What were you?
The other one was like limping. I had like a few videos that I did. Yeah.
She was limping down the strip.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I was hurting.
You was actually pranking people.
I was hurting.
That's dope.
Oh my goodness!
I'm gonna take this off. Excuse me, guys.
Yeah, it gets warm in here.
No, it's nice.
I was cold at first. I was like,
my hands are still cold.
It's so cold outside.
Yeah, I see it. It's working.
I didn't know Vegas get this cold. Vegas gets cold.
I like it. It feels good. I just came from New York. Like I checked out the place that I wanted to live in out here, and then it was really cold. And then I went to New York. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is nice. Yeah, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, I had a girl that I know. She was like, come out to New York. She's like, I'll fly you out here. And I was like, the only thing that was on my mind was just how cold it was. And I'm like, I'm from Detroit, and I must have got soft because I've been out here since '05. And I'm like, I walked my dog last night. I think it said it was 32 degrees.
Fucking cold.
And I'm just like, it's cold. But when I first got here, I would be doing that in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like a summer in Michigan.
Yeah,
True, got girls flying them out. Ain't nobody never fly me out. No
well, hey, you know what was crazy?
It's crazy.
So this girl,
can I get flued out?
I had to. Hey, she's like, I'll fly you out. She's like, I stay in a penthouse in Times Square on the 30th floor.
Wow.
And this is exactly what I said. I said, well, I don't know if that's your penthouse or not, but I'm not trying to get killed by whoever's penthouse it is.
Oh my god. You don't think she could have had the penthouse herself?
No.
Women can do that.
Women
girl
can be empowering too.
Women can have penthouses.
Here's the
for
thing.
sure.
She's an adult star, so
she could definitely have a penthouse then. You know how much those women make? They're killing it.
Are you saying adult stars are getting people killed? Are you telling me that?
No, I'm just saying.
What's going on here?
They would say their client owns it or something.
Okay.
And so I'm like, I don't want to be there, and the client just so happened to come there.
Right.
So I'm like, that's a safety issue. If you've ever traveled the world, you're not supposed to go to people's rooms and stuff.
Right.
I take that here. That's a good rule in Vegas. A lot of people that I've met here, they're always like, hey, come back to our room. Very careful with that, because what I used to tell people, especially on tour, I found myself, I did it actually once out here, but people come out here in groups, bachelor parties, what you name it. Next thing you know, you're the guy in there. There's 12 dudes from New York that are all friends that came together. And, so, you're partying, you might be drinking, doing drugs, something happens. Guess what? You're the only guy in there. And they got their whole squad of 12. So I've just always told people I make a point not to just go hang out.
Yeah.
In those situations, unless it's got to be I got to have my security guy.
Have you had any crazy experiences happen to you yet in Vegas?
Security guy,
Me?
Yeah.
No, not really. I mean, I guess living in LA, you kind of already learn to avoid trouble. I've had my fair share of trouble in LA. And so after that, I just kind of learned it's not really worth being in areas that are going to bring you trouble.
Right. Why move from LA to Vegas? What was the allure from LA to Vegas for your career?
I love LA. I'd like to take a break from LA. I moved there at a very strange time. I think the influencer boom was still very much in swing, and there are a lot of people there that are not genuine. And it's exhausting.
Right. That is exhausting.
Clout chasing is real. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's a lot of people wasting your time, telling you what you want to hear. It is like an epidemic among the circles that I was in over there, and I got tired of it. I moved to LA with a small set of friends, made a ton, and I left LA with that same small group of friends, and I had to cut out everybody else. And so Vegas feels like a nice break. It's a fresh start. Again,
you gotta be careful. Vegas can be the same way, different, because I've lived in LA, but Vegas, is a very small town once you've been here.
Yeah.
I've been here since 05, and just like you said, I have a little handful of friends. People are very transient here. They're in, they're out, they're in. And, but it's just different. Like how you say people lure you into stuff. Everything out here is just based around a casino. What nightclub are we going to? What after hours? What strip club? It's just nothing's ever like different. So
I've heard that it's different in the sense that in LA, your main currency is your clout. You meet people. What's your Instagram? What's your follower count? Like it is really, it's genuinely like that. It's like a business card.
It's like half.
Hello,
that
I'm
here.
so and so. What's your Instagram? I hear out here it's more so how much money you have. Is that true?
It's money, but it's also who you know, because who you know can get you anywhere in this city.
So it's not who you are, it's who you know.
It's who you know in this city. Yeah, it's not who you are. Like you can have 1,000 followers. It's about who you know, and you can be in the hottest places with the hottest people. It doesn't matter. Yeah, like we do care about numbers here, but like not really. LA is definitely way more. They care way more about numbers.
Honestly, I feel like
because I know like LA, you have to get to get into parties, you have to have like 500,000 followers or some shit sometimes.
I mean, it's ridiculous because
like, what?
These people don't have real followers a lot of the time.
That's half of them are bots, and
it's very frustrating.
The other day, I looked. It was really weird because I'll look at our story sometimes. Kevin Hart watched our story.
I saw that,
and dude, I clicked on there, and it said he had 137 million. Now to put this in perspective, I'm like, I haven't looked in a while, but Eminem's about 65 million. So when somebody like him has 137, I'm like, how? I've never even seen
Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart, 137 million.
It is Kevin. I don't know. I feel like.
But who else is over 100? Does anybody?
You got
know
the Rock.
else?
Rock at like 150 something.
Really?
Yeah, Rock is up there.
Well, haven't they made movies together too? The Rock and Kevin.
It's a few people that.
Ariana Grande is super high up there too.
Beyonce and Kim Kardashian too.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I do not like Ariana Grande.
Why?
She is not a girl's girl.
Yeah.
So I've heard.
Homewrecker.
Yeah.
Everybody said.
Have you been around her in person?
I have not, thankfully.
The rumor was she ruined Mac Miller.
I heard that. Yeah.
And then the other relationship that just happened.
Yeah, the new one with the marriage where she was in this woman's home with her husband, her co-star, met them, held their child, and then went and took him from her. And I guess this is what she's done with every relationship she's been in.
And then you start to listen to her music, and she actually talks about that. And it's like, oh wow,
break up with your boyfriend because I'm bored. That is
because I'm bored.
She's a little messy.
And why would you want a man who's willing to leave his woman for you anyway? It's
that part,
distasteful. She has bad taste in men, and she leaves a bad taste in people's mouths, and it's not cute.
What do you guys think about Mr. Kanye's?
Yeah.
You like that high pony?
Did you guys hear Mr. Kanye West has a place out here now? He was
just caught at the Wynn. Did you see him and his what's his girlfriend or wife? It's his wife, right?
She was wearing just
his girlfriend was wearing just a bathing suit top and no shoes. How the hell did she get into? How the hell did Wynn allow that? Wynn will not allow people to walk around with no shoes on. How the hell do they allow that? And a bikini top with barely anything covering.
I didn't see the
Wynn is all about keeping their image clean. They don't want anything see through. They don't want anything too provocative because it's just not a good look for them.
Well, I mean, when you're in a certain circle, you can do anything you want.
How much money do I have to have?
Yeah.
True.
It's who you know.
And it's who you know. Fuck, man. Okay.
It's who you know, and if you're them, it's who you
are. Yo, Kanye, call me.
Kanye looked really bummy too.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just wearing regular
t-shirt.
jeans and
Right.
You know what? I respect getting to a level where you're so well to do or so well established that you can wear whatever you want.
But you know what?
I feel like that's all Kanye though. That's having to wear that shit.
I hope the Kardashian curse didn't end him. I mean, he's still present. I met Kanye when he was very young.
When he was actually Kanye.
When he was actually Kanye. And he is a whole different dude now. And I still like him. But you hear these Kardashian curse. I heard the Ariana Grande has a little curse too.
Is it a curse or is it just their ways just influence you so wickedly?
Well, I mean, you look at Reggie Bush, Lamar Odom, anybody who's dated a Kardashian just went.
Well, it's how these people are. I mean, Ariana's had everything she's ever wanted her whole life. Of course, she's gonna take anything and everything she can from people because that's all she's had.
Do you think she's a legit singer?
I like Ariana.
Ariana, yeah, I think so.
She sounds pretty good.
I think that, I mean, doesn't she like whistle tone? That's very difficult.
Yeah.
I'll give her that. I mean, but she also has the money for any vocal training she wants.
That's true.
Yeah.
Fair.
So is it that people are bad singers or are they just broke?
Right.
She did good. The
Yeah.
song she did.
That part.
Yeah.
I recognized her
Honestly.
from Mac Miller. I heard she dated Big Sean.
Yeah,
Which is
she got a
friend of
nice
mine.
little hit list.
Yeah, you call it a hit list?
Long
Little hit
list.
list. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
The hit list.
She got a little hit list.
Oh my
I
goodness.
appreciate that's Madonna. Madonna was on the same type of time.
Oh my gosh, I love Madonna though.
Yeah.
What a
You was telling me
queen.
Madonna
Yeah.
was dating. Who you told me the other day?
Jose Canseco.
I
Shout
didn't know
out to
she
him.
had.
He lives out here too.
She had Basquiat, Tupac.
Hey, they
Wow.
said. Hey, they said.
Wow. Oh, that
They
she had
should
a
have
good
made a
hit
song
list.
together.
Her
Imagine the
hit
Tupac
list.
Madonna song though.
Oh,
that would have been
God.
sick.
She got some fire bodies.
I love rappers with vocalists. That would have been amazing.
what's
Why didn't we get
Yes.
that?
What's Madonna's body count? I wonder.
Oh, her body count.
They
is
got the
fire.
baseball player Jose Canseco said
Yeah.
literally his
She
management
got
came
Dennis
to him
Rodman.
and was like, "You have to go and meet this." They like literally put him on a plane and took him to Madonna,
Wow.
and they're like, "Here you go." And he was just like, I didn't like, are they pimping me out? Like, what's going on? Like, hey,
Getting pimped out for Madonna.
hey, at least they dropped you at a good location.
Yeah, Madonna groom you
But
too.
she
Yeah,
just,
she
I guess
will.
she just
She's
pointed him out,
Epstein.
and boop, he was right at her doorstep. Somebody told me the cycle, and it was really weird. I actually watched it in real time, and I was like, they'd be like, "You'll meet this girl, you'll think she's everything, and then she'll disappear, and then she'll come back." And I'm like, "Well, where'd she go?" And then she she went out with her, the other boyfriend.
Oh
was
my
mad,
gosh.
And they sure as shit, they just cycle like
That
that.
is so
And I'm
true.
like,
sad.
oh.
That's so true.
That's
I
the
feel
strip,
like-
though, right? When you say more strip.
No, just
No, this
in
is Vegas.
I always
feel like
say
there's some nice little old ladies at the antique shops.
Okay,
They
well,
be
they're
super
they're over
cute.
there.
yeah,
That's
by the way,
they're
you-
over
I
there.
can show you.
By the way,
True.
he said he was going to First Friday to do some antique
I didn't
shopping.
see you
I
there.
did. I was
Fun.
there.
I was there.
It was cold as fuck, though.
I know.
I was there for a little
That's
I
while.
want to
fine.
go. I want to go to First Friday.
First Friday
That
is
sounds
so
so
fun.
dope.
So it happens
Cool.
every first
It's
of the
cool.
month, every first Friday.
Yep.
So happen next
I'm gonna
month
check
in
it
February.
out.
Stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, Adam
Yeah.
from Hardin. It's a weed company out here. He said they don't do it in the cold, and
Yeah,
that's
'cause
why I
it's
didn't go.
freaking
But it's
cold
cool.
and the
It's
girls
real.
are out there.
People go out there and sell stuff.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
And
so
go to food trucks.
I'm
and
gonna
hang
look
out.
for some vintage pieces.
Tons.
Oh my God,
Jazzy
there's
vintage
so many.
pieces.
tons of
Oh, you'll
vintage
love it.
things
I love
It's
in
it.
there.
so fun too.
Charleston Antique Mall.
Charleston Antique
I've
Mall.
seen that.
Go
I
there.
bet the antiques in
He's a
Vegas
vintage
are
shopper.
awesome.
Go there.
Fabulous. They're probably
Charleston Antique
fabulous.
Mall.
Yeah.
You'll spend hours in there. I just left there with
Yeah.
my friends that just
Yeah.
visited. They was like, "Oh my God, I need to bring my grandmom here." I need
Oh,
my
that's
mom
awesome.
here."
I'm
Did you-
definitely
Did
gonna
you
go.
say you like to buy antiques?
He's an
antique
restore
shopper.
'em, and then sell them?
I love that shit.
You
yeah.
resell 'em?
Well, now I
Cool.
just typically focus on clothes. So I'm more on clothes, but I do come across some stuff where I'm like, "Oh, do I just grab this?" Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna grab
Is that
it.
vintage or shirt? It's really
Yeah, it's
cool.
96. Yeah,
I can
yeah,
tell.
Yeah.
I can tell that that's a really nice piece.
Thank you, thank
I fuck
you.
with that.
Yeah, I like vintage pieces as well.
Yeah.
I liked your shirt last week. What did it say? It was the nun one.
It was a nun flicking off people saying,
Oh yeah,
uh,
that was a good one.
Yeah, fucks I give none.
Oh yeah, it was a nun giving the finger.
Literally.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
So okay, just
I'm
question for
religious.
you. For your cyber jazz career, where do you see this going?
Oh my goodness. I feel like I've just barely started.
That's awesome.
I have so much that I want to do. I have so many musical inspirations, and I just want to make it really big. I want to bring in live bands. I was actually just at one of Talib Kweli's shows. He's
Wow.
one of my friends, and he, I noticed, was the only musician there with a full band, and like it just being able to perform hip hop with a band like that was
Oh,
just
that's sick.
incredible.
Wow.
I was really impressed, and I used to perform with, like I said, like 40-piece bands, and so like I miss that. And so I'm just thinking to myself, like, what could I do with a band? And what could I do if I'm able to bring in a live instrumentalist in my recording sessions? Because right now it's very like electronic, it's
Okay.
it's lo-fi, it's samples, and I love that. But like, what could I do if I had access to more? And then of course there's the idea of what kind of shows would I put on. Like, I'd want it to be a look into my world, dark lighting, neon lights,
Do you write?
glamour.
Do you write your own stuff?
I write all my own stuff. Yes.
Nice.
Yes, I
good.
do. I'm very big on that. I have a lot to say
Right.
as well. But I just want to make a big, glamorous something new.
I love that.
And I want to work with more rappers. I like collabing with rappers as well. That's kind of how I started working with producers.
Well, that's the thing you'll like about Vegas. I tell people between Vegas and LA, everybody comes here.
Yeah.
And I feel like when people are here, like just saying, like anybody, like the Wu-Tang Clan, they're not going to perform their show and then go to a nightclub. They're not. They'd rather come to a show like this or go meet up with somebody and talk about music. So the good thing about Vegas is people have their guard down a lot. In LA, it's a lot harder to walk up on a celebrity.
That's true.
Hey, you do have to have your guard up.
That's true.
People float around. I mean,
Vegas.
You know what collab I love?
true.
Looking up there, you have the Love Angel Music Baby vinyl up there, which is like a big inspiration for
Gwen
me as
Stefani.
well. Gwen Stefani. I mean, she was one of the first people to bring that Harajuku fashion. I mean, she was one of my first introductions to Harajuku fashion as a kid. My first concert was her tour in Orange County.
Right.
And the last song on that album is called Long Way to Go, and it's with Andre 3000.
Oh.
wow.
And I believe
Shout out to him.
yeah, it's amazing. It's completely different to all the other songs on there, and I believe Anderson .Paak helped her with a lot of that album as well.
Oh, wow.
And so it's like the
Love
way that
Anderson
it came together. Was it Anderson .Paak or was it? I hope so. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe you should look that one up too.
Well, I know-
Hey.
yeah, I know.
But it was like the way that they
She dated
she
Bush.
collabed with these hip hop artists and made this sound like it's like a female pop singer with these like very soulful hip hop cats, and I just think that it was incredible, and
Right.
that mix is so unique, especially at that time. And so I want
Right.
to do more of that.
Do you have a dream collab? Do you have like a collaboration that you like dream of?
Oh my gosh. There'd be so many. I mean, Tyler the Creator would be
That would be
Oh,
dope.
great.
I
I love
like him a lot.
Tyler. Childish Gambino,
Nice,
because
love
The
it.
Internet's one of my favorite hip hop albums of all time.
I love that.
I mean, those would probably be some of them, but I mean, there's a lot. My biggest one would have been Mac Miller, but he's passed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rest in peace.
The day he died was the day that I decided to. Actually, I was working at a weed dispensary in San Francisco, and
You were bud tending?
I was bud tending.
Hey.
Yeah, I was bud tending in San Francisco, and I'd always wanted to make my own music. I'd heard lo-fi, nobody was singing over it at the time, and I was like, man, I want to do this, but I didn't. And then he passed, and it was the first time I'd ever cried over celebrity death,
Oh wow.
because I'd always thought, maybe if I made music, that's somebody I'd make a song with one day. And I realized,
Damn.
wow, life is so short. If I don't start now, when? Who else is going to go? What
Just
other
knowing
opportunities are
him,
going to pass?
What's
Yeah.
crazy is
So
just
true.
knowing him,
Yeah.
it very well could have happened. He's the type of guy you could walk up to on the street, and next thing you know, you'd be doing a song. A lot of celebrities are closed off. He definitely was not one of those
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
No, I quit my job that day.
Wow. That's. Wow.
I had no money. I was not financially comfortable at all. Thankfully, my family was letting me stay in their house for free. I was just watching it. I quit my job with no plan, and I was like, I'm going to figure this music thing out.
I love that story.
That's amazing.
So it was sad, but I feel
True
like
hustler.
his death inspired a lot of artists. I know I can't be the only one that did it.
No.
And
The
I'm-
Green Ranger
Yeah.
did that for me. No, I'm not even trying to be funny. The Power Ranger.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Yeah.
Hey, something crazy
Inspire
about
you
that.
to be a comedian?
That's so cool.
He inspired me to like
Power Rangers are badass.
To level up.
level up for real. I'm not even
Wow.
trying to be
When I
No, I
moved-
love that.
Mighty Morph.
funny. For real.
So I went.
Yes.
It really made me want to morph.
Metamorphosis.
Like I was like, I gotta morph. I got
I
this morphing
moved,
time for real, for real.
I moved to LA. I played soccer for UCLA.
Cool.
So when I was 18, 19, I started hanging out with this dude, and I had a fake ID, and I mean, it didn't matter what club, all the hottest clubs at that time, right in. And finally, like a half a year later, I'm like, bro, what are you showing them that's getting us right in? He was the blue Power Ranger.
No way.
He had a little Warner Brothers badge, and I'm
Oh
like,
my
I'm fucking
gosh.
getting in with the Power Ranger.
That is
The hottest club, right? Entry, right?
The
here.
Power Rangers
You're a
getting you right in.
I like that the
morphin'
Power Rangers are
time.
getting respect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Need
Hey,
it.
something
Oh my
crazy about him
goodness.
too
Iconic.
is he lived right next door to Toni Braxton too, and that was kind of
Wow.
Oh, he did.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
cool. So
Wow.
I met her through that, but I'm like, Man, he just showed his little Power Ranger badge.
Oh, he just showed the Power Ranger
The
badge.
Power
Yo,
Ranger.
that's crazy.
Okay, that's tough.
That's crazy.
That's tough.
And I'm telling you, we were getting in clubs that people just could not get into.
Wow.
It was like the A-lister ones. And
Yo, the Power Ranger badge being your ID is funny.
He gets pulled over by a cop. He just pulls that out. Sir, can I see your ID?
I'm the blue Power Ranger, sir.
the blue Power
Sorry,
Ranger.
License
my
and
bad.
registration.
I respect you.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Oh my God.
Actually, that
A lot
was
of Rangers.
that was pre music career, because I'm like, I don't think I could be where I'm at today and be like, hey, I was hanging out with the blue Power Ranger.
Yeah, let me in this bitch.
That is cool.
I can't.
So where can people find you on the internet? Miss Solene?
I'm all over the internet. You can definitely listen to my music on Spotify. It's under Solene. I'm on YouTube,
How
Apple
many
Music.
songs would you say you have? I saw you had quite a big
bit,
list.
yeah.
Oh, do I? Is that? I don't know.
A lot.
I work with Terminology. He has like 50 albums, so I have like 10, 15 songs, and I'm like, this is nothing.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it just looks that way when you look at the Spotify. It's like, so
Yeah.
I tried to pair some songs up with some of your pictures.
And just comparing to other people, which
Yeah.
is not good.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, but for what you have, for how long
And
you've been in the
cyber
game,
jazz?
it's like that's a lot.
Her own genre.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
really proud for what I've done. I don't have a ton of music out, but I can like proudly say that like the people that I've worked with are amazing. Mint Hayes, for one, my producer, he has like millions and millions of streams in lo-fi. He's based in Japan. He's
Oh,
been
that's
doing my
dope.
newest cyber jazz lately. Him and
Wow.
Same Soul, his brother. You know, Wolf Morpheus is starting to pop off. Conductor Williams did my entire EP, Book of Shadows, and we knew each other before any of us had any followers. You know, we were that Gwen Stefani combo right there.
I love that.
I love
That's
it.
what we
Yeah.
talked about. We were like, that's
Right.
gonna be us.
Hey, how do you go from
Yes.
Gavin from Bush to Blake Shelton? That's all I want to know.
You know what? It's because those rocker boys are bad.
They
They
sure
put
are.
a bad taste in your mouth, and after dealing with that, you just want somebody who's sweet and knows how to treat you right.
Yep.
Those
Hey.
country boys
Country guys
they
got
have
it.
hospitality. They're gentlemen, and
Facts.
women
They leave a better
want
taste in your mouth,
gentlemen.
the country boys.
They brush their teeth.
Oh, okay. Bet, say that. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Say less.
How about you, Little Rach? Where can they find you at?
You guys can find me on the interwebs at Lowrach, LALRAYCH.
Hey.
That's me.
How
That was a
about
way
you,
better
Mr.
pitch than mine.
Anthony?
And you guys
Yeah, I've
can
done this one too many
find, you guys can find me on Instagram as chillday_o.
Chill day, yo.
Chill Deo.
Mhm.
Okay, and you can find me. I do have my page did get stolen, but it's tru.e11even. But I am too old to keep up with two pages, so I'm just the one on Green Room.
Green Room Radio.
Yep, Rachel's on there, so
Yes.
don't send dick pics to me, unless you
And
say,
don't send anything weird that you don't want me to read, because I'm reading that shit too,
yeah,
motherfucker.
she's on there lurking. What about you, David?
Verified Dad. You can find me on Instagram at Verified Dad.
Hey, yo.
What do you
Hey,
think?
yo.
This is the main engineer over there across the street. You think you would work with Miss Solene here, David?
Oh yeah, we can do some work. Let's do
Oh,
some work.
wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Cool.
And I like
Thank
what you
you.
said about the
Nice.
bands too. It's new because everybody doing all the beats on the computer. So that's dope. You're going for that.
Yeah,
That's real
thank
dope.
you.
All right. Well, we will catch you
Oh, yeah.
guys on Thursday.
Yeah.
See
Peace
ya.
Thank you
out.
for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, thank you.